Welcome back, everyone, to a new episode of Kicking It with Gab and Chooch.
I'm Gab.
I am Chooch, and today, Gabe's still feeling holly, even though Christmas is
Buddy,
over,
Christmas
buddy.
isn't over till
Christmas is
after New
over.
Year's.
It's
It's
over.
not over till after
It's
New Year's.
over.
No. Come on, man. You gotta have some jolly spirit.
All right, let's get it started with our awards for today.
I think our awards were pretty good, pretty stellar this week. We haven't seen a banger in a couple of weeks since Garnacho's bike, I feel
We
like.
got some
But
good bangers this week.
we had some good bangers this week. I'm gonna
Mine
go
is
go for it.
Stupinian,
Same
with
one.
Foden
Same one.
second, and then third, the dude from Bournemouth. I can't think of his name right now.
I'm not sure which goal you're talking about, but I know the Estepuna one for sure was the best one. Foden could have had the second goal that he hit off post.
That hit
That would have
post.
won banger of the week.
That would have been.
That would have won banger of the week. And I was thinking that the Foden first one that he actually scored, I thought that one was going to be goal of the week, but then this one happened. I was like, the 1 week, I think he's going to have it. It just happens to not be it. But yeah, I mean, freaking. It's my star boy of the week, Phil Foden, just absolutely dominated, game changer. He scored outside the box goal, and he was like, "Oh, I'm about to act up." He's like, I'm about to act up."
Yeah,
he started taking him from anywhere.
I'm gonna go with. It was gonna be him, but I feel like Anthony Elanga showed up. He showed up. He played insane. Both assists, involved in the goals.
This
he looked
week
really good. He looked really strong.
Shockers.
This week
had some shockers.
It's a great match week.
Yeah, great match week for reals. To talking about shockers, probably one of the biggest ones. I mean, it's up there. It's up there. Newcastle demolished 1-3. Nottingham Forest absolutely obliterated them 3-1. Unreal.
Chris Wood revenge game.
We were saying, I think last week in the episode, we said freaking this was like Newcastle's monthly bash. No, actually, we said that about a Bournemouth game. And then Bournemouth won, and then we're like, oh, Newcastle should handle this one. But dang, I mean, Forest is doing something right, or Newcastle's doing something really wrong, which I think it's a little bit of both now.
Yeah, I think we've been talking it since we started. Newcastle does not have the debt to be playing week in, week out like this, and it's showing.
Yeah, that's for sure. They've got a lot of striker injuries. I mean, Chris Wood was injured for a bit. He's been back, I think, the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Before that, I can't even remember how to pronounce that guy's last name. No, that's the guy that's been playing. No, that is the guy that's been out.
Yeah, he's from Nigeria.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, they've had injuries. Everyone's got injuries right now, but Forest, to me, I heard this in the broadcast, the Sky Sports broadcast. Forest is one of those teams that's too good to go down, but sometimes it happens. Like Leicester last year, they were too good to go down. Now they're playing in the championship, and they're dominating. But still, like, it just could happen. Like, I think it could happen with Everton. Like, I really didn't think, but if Everton runs into a tough stretch of games, to me, they really are too good to go down. But you never know. I mean, wrong circumstance,
And then leading into Bournemouth Fulham, Dominic Solanke scoring again.
He's red hot.
I think it's 8 goals in 7 games now.
He's red hot.
Nice record. Nice, yeah.
He's making a name for sure.
Fulham lackluster.
I think that was a bit of a shocker for me. That was a bit of a shocker. And not necessarily like, I just think Fulham's better than that. And I think Fulham too could, find themselves in the wrong spot, even though I think they're too good. They're just, they were seen, okay, the whole season, I just been thinking they're not consistent, but then they had this run and they seemed really consistent, and Iwobi was scoring and Willian was scoring, and freaking they were just having success. But ever since then, or ever since 2 weeks ago, it just looks like they have nothing. Like they have no life. Paulinho, I feel like, hasn't been playing too well.
He's going to Bayern.
I mean, yeah, there's tons of talks. He was at Bayern already. He was
Yeah.
there, and then something happened. Paperwork, blah blah blah, deadline, just like the De Gea way back when. But yeah, I mean, there's still talk about him going there. There's talks about a lot of people going everywhere. I feel like our next episode has to be transfers, and that's probably what we're gonna do.
Transfer.
Yeah, we're just gonna have a whole segment on transfer for sure. But yeah, I mean, Bournemouth, huge win, I think, for them. Fulham just down bad right now. But the next one we got is Sheffield Luton, which was Sheffield had a chance right
Game
there.
of the week.
That was borderline game of the week, really, because
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there was a lot of games that could, stand up to that game of the week mentality, because I didn't really expect, a great week like I feel like we've seen, but
Yeah, this
it's
was a
been really good.
really good game. A lot of late drama. Luton took the lead early, then Sheffield fought back, and then boom, 2 own goals back to back to lose the game.
Dude, that is
soul crushing.
Sheffield-esque. That is Sheffield-esque, though.
Crushing, buddy.
There is a reason that Sheffield
is going
goal
down.
differential is plus 12 any other team. Or I'm sorry, minus 12 any other team. Let's see, goal differential. Yeah, the closest one to Sheffield is Burnley with minus 20, and Sheffield's at minus 32. And that's, I mean, they could have won the game. They could have won the game. Yeah, but I mean, shouts out to Luton, man. Luton, they got a good run going right now. They've been playing well. They've been improving. I feel like Sheffield's been improving too. But like, if they would have won this game, I mean, I guess we'd be talking about Sheffield the way we're talking about Luton right now. How they're having a good run, but for sure, I mean, that one was at home too. Crucial own goals. Hate to see it. Absolutely hate to see it. But there is a reason that they have minus 12 on any other team. The next one, this one wasn't surprising. This was one of the few.
Burnley.
Yeah, Liverpool Burnley.
I said this is a must game for Liverpool. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't lose or drop points, especially with the way the table is looking up. They're still in first.
Dude, it's still anyone's game, though.
It still is anyone's game. But the thing is, we talked about this earlier. Like, these teams cannot afford to drop points with Man City having a game in hand, because just like that, De Bruyne's back, Haaland's back, and boom, you're done.
Yeah. They said Haaland should come back in January. Freaking De Bruyne's he's been in training all week.
He's in the hyperbolic chamber. He's finally out.
Doku's still not in the reserves at the moment.
He'll be back.
I mean, they came out with a pretty strong squad, I thought, for what I thought it was going to be, and Matthias Nunes got the start and stuff. But we'll talk about Villa United first. Villa United, this also was one of the game of the weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, absolute showcase, end to end, like unreal. I think Garnacho was huge in this game.
Yeah.
I think Garnacho was absolutely huge. The double goal.
He should have had a hat trick, but called off.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been saying Garnacho earlier in the season. I've been saying, he was looking horrible on that left side. I just couldn't see what they were trying to do. What they were trying to do with Rashford up top. I always thought Rashford's better on the left. I think that's his best position. They had Garnacho on the left, and then they had Antony on the right. They've changed it. They've changed it all. I mean, Garnacho on the right seems a lot better than he's been. He still does wander, kind of wherever. But Højlund finally got his first goal.
He was waiting for a miracle.
Wishing for a miracle, yeah. But no, I think Rashford played decently well as well.
He got the assist.
I think it's just a sense of urgency. I think really because, I mean, we all know. I mean, we've seen in the reports he goes out, after losses, blah blah blah, and that kind of led to his benching and his not playing well. So I think it was a little bit of a wake up call. I still think Rashford's, maybe one of those guys that still has, a semi decent ego, enough to, think he's all that. And I mean, to me, I do think he has the talent to do that, and you need that in an attacker for sure. But I think it was a bit of a wake up call. He played quite a bit better. I'm glad because I love Rashford. I think he's super talented. I like him in the
Definitely.
England squad. But yeah, I mean, I hope he continues to play better. Man United came back, well enough. I mean, that was a good run. I really thought Villa was going to beat him, and
Should
Ten
have.
Hag secures his job for 2 more weeks at least. Well, at least one more loss. If it's a
Yeah.
back-to-back loss, we haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen that yet recently, so we'll see if that happens. Let's see. What was the next one?
We got Brentford Wolves.
Brentford Wolves. This was a shocker, I think.
Just error after error for Brentford led to goals. Your boy Huang Hee Chan capitalized.
Dog.
Yeah,
he's
but
back in the Golden Boot race. He's
yeah.
there.
But it was just bad mistakes. 2 bad mistakes for Brentford that really just, shot in the foot. What are you gonna do about it?
And Brentford is good. I think Brentford's really good.
I think
I've been
that's
saying
4 losses in a row for them now. It's just
it's 4 in a row.
4 in a row. That's crazy.
They got Palace coming up, which is a point behind them, so that could be a tough one
Palace
for
is
them too.
winless in the last 5, buddy. Jeez.
No, they won their 5th. It's
No.
LLLLW.
Might be looking at a different one, but it's showing L draw LL.
Oh, you said Palace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought you said Brentford. No, yeah, I see that. But yeah, I mean, still, Palace played well against Man City. I mean, they did well enough to come back, but back to Brentford. See, I don't know if Tony comes back and he stays. I mean, that's huge for them. I think they could stay up. They could go in the top 10.
I don't know. I don't think
he's like semi for sale. Like they saying like, oh, if we sell him, there's gonna be 100 million asking. But then they're like, oh, we can't wait for him to come back. Like he's dominating in these closed door games. Like I don't know what they got going on, but either way, that 100 mil. I mean, that 100 mil talks.
100 mil.
So we'll see. I'm sure if Arsenal come, screaming in with the 100 mil, they're not gonna say no. Or maybe I think they said they were gonna ask like 110, but we'll see. Someone will buy him. Chelsea might buy him.
No, we're not one.
You don't want him?
No, I don't want him.
That's crazy. Tottenham could. No, I think Tottenham feel like they're fine where they're at. The next one, Chelsea versus Palace. Chelsea get
Dogs.
the win. Even though Cole Palmer's on a suspension. Madueke, I saw the pronunciation of Madueke. There's a video. I'll send it to you. Madueke scored a penalty, game winner. He deserves it. He deserved it. He's been playing well, dude. He's just been trying to get back in the squad. Honestly, when you're that young, you make mistakes. I mean, but still, he deserves a chance.
Pochettino ran him out of Spurs. I felt like he's trying to run him out again.
Yeah, really. But if there's one thing that beats anything, we always said it's talent. Like if you play good enough, it does not matter. It does not matter what you do, who you are. Like you're gonna play.
And Cuckoo showing his talent, he's meshing in already so well.
Honestly, it's crazy to see because I really think I saw something that I've never seen from Chelsea all season, and that's someone even when Chelsea make the mistake of when they're running into that final third, there's a lot of teams do it. They have a good break, but they make a mistake. Maybe the ball's not on point, whatever. But I feel like they got the ball to Nkunku after the mistake was made, and Nkunku found a way to make the right pass, had a couple runs, made the right decision, led to a goal. But yeah, shoot. Chelsea been missing that. I feel like Cole Palmer did it okay for like a couple of games, but it wasn't something like Cole Palmer wasn't serving him up on a platter.
I want to see
like Nkunku is.
I want to see front four. Mudryk on the left, Palmer in the middle, Madueke on the right, and Cuckoo up top. Because, dude, I feel like Nico Jackson needs to sit on the bench for a bit just to want it more, Bench him, and Cuckoo comes in, dominates. Make them work harder.
Really, because when you have
You need
your
that
full,
competition.
when you have your full health, when this squad gets healthy in the midfield and up top, I mean, you have Mudryk, you have Sterling, you have Palmer, you have Nico Jackson, you have
Broja.
Nkuku. I mean, Broja. I mean, he's like, you know how when you go in FIFA and you sign the player like prospect and sporadic, like I'm giving him prospect, you know, like, but I mean he is good, but I'm just saying in general, like right now, I'd want my main focus at strikers to be Nkuku and Nico Jackson, and then that cam spot to me, Cole Palmer or like once Enzo gets back, Conor Gallagher, Caicedo. Like I feel like they have too many players to like someone that you love or someone that plays really well is going to get asked out.
Yeah.
But when it does get fully healthy, and I hope it does, like it'll be crazy. It should be crazy. We hope. We hope there's enough time for all these guys to come back and make it.
If I'm Reece James, I am panicking, buddy. Malo Gusto.
He's a dog.
He's 20 years old, buddy.
He's a dog, bro. He's plays so
He
good.
he started off that first goal. He won it almost in midfield. Took on a player, passed it to Cuckoo, ran around, got the pass back, extended it, whipped in the cross, and Mudryk was right there.
Yeah, I mean he's been insane. I mean on the defense he's insane. He's such an attacking fullback too. I mean he's everywhere, and that's what we kind of see Reece James as. But dude, Reece James has been like it's just the injuries for sure. I mean it's hard to keep form, but still, I mean the best ability is availability always. Like yeah, Reece James could be losing his job pretty soon. And Malo Gusto had those comments when they're like, "Why are you going to Chelsea?" Like he's like, "I know what I'm doing." That's what he said. And yeah, I mean, so far it seems like he knows what he's doing. But
yeah, because I remember when we signed him, a bunch of like the Leon fans on Twitter were like, "This guy, like, he's good at attacking, but he can't defend to save his life." And I'm looking at him play. I'm like, dude, this guy can defend.
absolutely, yeah, he's been unreal for you guys. He just got to stay healthy too himself. I feel like though that's a good mix to have right now. Like he's been injured, Reece James has been injured. Like they kind of balance each other out, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, shoot, Chelsea. I mean, they're looking hopefully to get back on the right track.
We'll play Luton this weekend.
They're gonna play a game though that they're gonna lose. Hopefully, it's not against Luton, but they're gonna play a game soon that that they should win, but they're probably gonna lose. So we'll see. But yeah, freaking. The next one we got is Everton, Man City. Everton have been playing great, but City win 3-1. At first, I mean, Everton came out with a punch, a tough one right in the jaw, down 1-0. They are excellent offset pieces. That's what created the goal for them. And then I feel like ever since then, I mean, City got one back. It was
Banger the pen, and then the mistake by Pickford at the end to seal the deal.
Phil Foden changed the game. I'm tired of the haters that say he only scores when he's up 3-0. It's over. It's over. You can't say more. There's no more to say. We've seen Phil Foden grow without De Bruyne, like unreal. I can only imagine when De Bruyne comes back. Like this team, when they are healthy, you guys, I don't think we're ready. I mean, last year we saw unreal. I feel like last year was probably some of the best football we've ever seen. Like Man City had everyone, they had anyone. I feel like with all the pieces they have right now, they're gonna have the same thing in a slightly different way. Phil Foden's growing as a player. He's becoming the star boy that everybody, or hopefully everybody, knew. And yeah, I mean, Man City. Just wait, buddy. Just wait. I've been telling you guys for weeks. Just wait. Hopefully, January everybody comes back in fully fit, fully healthy. Because I'll love to see that squad with De Bruyne getting the start. Freaking. All right. Let's go back to today's game that we were watching earlier. Brighton get the win 4-2 against Tottenham. Dude, Tottenham could have came back. They were on the verge. They were on the verge, couldn't get that third goal. They should have had that third goal, but Brighton came out strong, especially with injuries. I mean, they got Estupinha
His
back,
opinion back, yeah.
made a huge impact right off the bat. João Pedro, I mean, I love João Pedro. I mean, he's been unreal. 4-2 over Tottenham. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty crazy. The next one's probably. I mean, we kind of thought, but I don't think any of us really thought it would happen. Like Arsenal lose to West Ham 2-0. West Ham, I mean, shoot, they were shockers in my opinion. Like Arsenal was dominating the game. They had tons of possession in the opponent's box, which that's their play style. That's how they play. But West Ham defended insanely well. They were hunting in packs of twos, packs of threes. I mean, they were playing insanely well. But I thought, and everyone has the stigma that if you're a Phil Foden fan, you're not a Bukayo Saka fan. But dude, Bukayo Saka is unreal also. Like the guy knows what pass to make and when. They're two completely different players. Phil Foden loves to play the middle. He loves to play in traffic. He can play on the wing. I mean, it's not necessarily, I guess, I'd say it's one of his better positions on the right wing where Saka plays, but Saka's known to put it in that far post. He's known to cross it into the far post. Like Phil Foden's more
with the defender. That's what you want, Bukayo Saka.
And Phil Foden, I mean, to me, he can do, I guess, more in my opinion. He's more of an all-around type deal, I would say. You know, he runs back on defense, but he plays more at the feet on the half turn is kind of what he likes, whereas, you know, Bukayo Saka likes to play one-on-one face front. But I mean, they're both excellent. But yeah, I mean, Saka, I think he's always a huge game changer for me. I just think they're missing that striker still. I've always said Gabriel Jesus is just a winger playing striker because I mean he's good when he's good. When he's on, he's on. But you need someone, you know, with a physical presence more, say. That's why I think they're gonna go for Tony. I mean, everyone thinks they're gonna go for Tony. But I don't think Tony necessarily is the striker for them. I think he's he'd maybe better fit at Tottenham. I've been saying that as well. But I do think that Arsenal would better suit from like Ollie Watkins, which I doubt they'll sell Ollie Watkins now. They're freaking screaming for top 3. But still, they need a physical striker. That's what it is. That's like if you put Haaland on Arsenal, they're winning the league.
I think so, yeah. I feel like anyone tall enough top is winning the league.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is like a scenario like Man City had, in my opinion. They have the team, right? And they had Gabriel Jesus too. They had the team that could do it all, but they never had the striker that could do it. They've always had a smaller striker, Carlos Tevez, a Sergio Aguero. Even Balotelli was never good at Man City.
But he got the assist.
His Man City career is the pass to Aguero. The Aguero! No one ever talks about it. But but Man City have never had a Haaland type striker when they've been going through this dominance. So I mean, they get him. They win the Champions League in the first year. They win the league. He breaks the goal scoring record. Like, give Arsenal that striker, and they're dangerous. I mean, I think they could do it. You know, I hope they don't get him. I hope they stick with the squad they have. But honestly, I mean, a player like Haaland with physical presence like that, I think you inject that into Arsenal, and I really do think they have a shot at winning the league, even the Champions League, buddy.
Nah, fuck Arsenal.
No, I mean, yeah, but still, I mean, they're dangerous. You gotta have some respect.
Nope. Nah. I'm biased.
But yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say Declan Rice, like poor. Nah,
you just have an agenda.
Nah,
he didn't look. He
looked all right. He just gave up a pen, so I just wanted to point that out.
But that was like Phil Foden 2 weeks ago against Palace. Like Phil Foden played solid. He played good. Gave up the pen, and everybody was like, "Wow, Phil Foden this, Phil Foden that." But still, I think if you look at those games. There's only two players at Arsenal that always play well every single game, and I really think it's freaking Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice. Like, they can't do any wrong in my eyes. But yeah, I mean, shoot, we got a week to look forward to for sure.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. So Saturday, that's the big one for you guys. The big one, because if you guys lose, it'll be shambles. Chelsea versus Luton. We got first game on Saturday, 4:30 our time, on USA. Shoot,
We will be up.
I will not be up.
I will be up.
Chelsea versus Luton at Luton. Chelsea could string some runs together.
We have to. We have to.
Or Luton keep a hot streak going, and it's shambles for Chelsea.
Don't think so, mate.
I mean, that's why I say we always think that Chelsea should win a game, and then they end up losing it, like 2-0. So we'll see. Villa's the next game. Villa Burnley. That's at Villa Park. That one should be Villa dominance all the way. They haven't lost at home. They only have one draw at home, and that was the last game. But they've been dominant at home. Should be no problem. If Vincent Kompany manages to scrape away a draw or a win, that's a miracle. His job. Yeah, that's a miracle. The next one, Palace Brentford. That should be a decent one as well. We'll see. Like you said, Palace haven't had a win in 5 games, but Brentford have only had a win in 5 games. So, battle of midway right there. But still should be good. You know, should be a little surpriser of a banger game. Next, we got Man City Sheffield. That should be absolute dominance. If it isn't at least 3-1 or 3-0, I will lose it. There should be goals galore. Yeah, we should be seeing a good game there. You know, especially with Sheffield having the worst goal differential there is, and us having one of the best. It should be a run. Yeah, for sure.
This is what the next game I think is gonna be one of the more interesting game. It should be a really close game, which is Wolves Everton.
Yeah, both have been playing good in a sense, but they've also played bad in a sense. So yeah, we will really see who, you know, they're pretty close in points. About a 10-point differential, but still, I mean, if you take away Everton's 10 points, they're right there next to each other. So, I mean, that one's at Wolverhampton, so should be a good one. Wolves fans have heart, buddy. Wolves fans have heart. I'll tell you that.
Wayne Hee-chan will jump.
Hopefully.
Could nah.
I mean, we'll see.
I think he's like a couple goals behind.
Well, assuming Haaland's going to be out at least 2 more weeks, someone's got to jump him. Someone has to. If it's not Mo Salah, it should be Hwang Hee, Heung-min Son. Someone's got to jump him. He shouldn't not play for over a month, and no one is able to jump his record so far. Well, his late lead. The next one, I mean, it could be good. Away territory, not for Manchester United at Nottingham Forest. Nottingham coming off a huge win. Man United coming off also a huge win. But Ten Hag, he just can't. He can string together a couple, but sometimes he just loses them. Yeah, he's getting by. I mean, it's like with them, 1 week, you know, you'll see Garnacho play insane, and then he's quiet, and then he's quiet, and then he's quiet, and then he plays good again. And then, you know, but Forest, they had that huge win. They could keep that momentum going. New coach. You know, hopefully people are getting runs. You know, hopefully some guys with talent on the bench maybe get an opportunity with the new coach. And, you know, we should see it. Hudson-Odoi played quite a bit more last game. You know, seeing all those guys, seeing Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs White, and Elanga on the pitch at the same time is an absolute must.
We've been screeching for it, buddy. We're finally getting it.
Yeah. Next, we're running into Sunday, which only has 2 games just because they're spread out Monday, Tuesday. Sunday, we got Fulham, Arsenal at Craven Cottage. Should be a good one for Arsenal to bounce back. But
London Derby,
Chelsea,
buddy.
Yeah, the London Derby. If Fulham managed to pull it off, this could be their bounce back game as well. and Arsenal somehow after Christmas seemed to bottle.
We're already seeing Tottenham bottle it.
Yeah, but
It's
Arsenal.
only worthy for those two London teams to bottle it because we
That's
all know
very true.
London is blue.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's very true though. Yeah, absolute bottles from Arsenal. They've got 2 losses and 1 draw in the last 5, only leaving 2 wins. Tottenham 2 losses, 3 wins. I mean, yeah, we're seeing a tough go for them. I do think though that Arsenal, with the way they play their style, I think that it leaves Fulham a good opportunity because they play really well on the counter, especially if Williams got the ball or Wobie's got the ball running up the pitch, because they usually find a way to make the right pass. Um, I think Raul Jimenez is still out for 2 more year matches, I think. But yeah, we'll see about that. Paulinho should be playing well in the midfield. It's a good challenge for him to see, how well he plays against top talent like this, against Declan Rice, nonetheless. That's a huge matchup. I thought Edson Alvarez played Odegaard insanely well today.
Yeah.
Dude was he was hunting him down. He was staying with them, and his teammates, allowed him to kind of just roam with them. I think if Paulinho can do something similar with some of the midfielders, like Odegaard, I think if he can hang with them, they'll have a chance to win because Odegaard is. I mean, we know he's not. He hasn't been the creator that everybody's been hyping him up to be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's still dangerous. He still has a shot. He still can make the right pass.
And he's got the right hand to do it. Or left hand.
Yeah, or left hand.
You saw I don't know if you saw the meme for the first goal that West Ham scored.
Oh yeah, he's keeping the ball.
Don't worry, Odegaard kept it in.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. But yeah, I mean, super funny. Odegaard, he's still a threat. Like I said, even though he hasn't been playing well, he's still a threat.
Yeah, there's just times where we're watching the game and I told you, I'm like, dude, there's sometimes where Odegaard looks kind of lost with the ball. He's not making that forward pass that we expect him to make. I think we're just so spoiled watching, De Bruyne being able to make that pass forward. So we just assume everyone can make it.
Dude, you're not even ready, dude. You're not even ready. The world isn't ready. The world is not ready for Kevin De Bruyne to make his return alongside Phil Foden. Oh, it's gonna bring me tears of joy. I'm ready. I'm ready feeling it. No, yeah, but I think this is a bounce back game for either teams for sure. One of them could do it. It should be Arsenal, but I hope it's Fulham.
Yeah, especially in your case, you need to drop points,
dude. Yeah, we'll have a game in hand and be drawn with points if they somehow manage to lose. Tottenham, Bournemouth is the next game. That's a big one, I think, because Bournemouth are red hot. Spurs coming off the struggles. Solanke, dude, unreal. Solanke's been playing unreal. He deserves, all the goals he's about to score. I think this could be a win for Bournemouth, and I think they could take it at home.
Oof. Yeah, both same. I think this is one of those games where Tottenham scraped by a win.
Yeah, it's very well could.
We mentioned Richarlison's playing a lot better. He's definitely stepped up, especially after he went forever without scoring a goal, and now he's scoring again. It's just Tottenham can't help it. They got injuries. Christian Romero's out for a month.
Yeah, that's huge.
They're looking to sign that one. Vandenberg was right, the center back they signed.
The one that's injured?
Yeah, the one that's injured. They said that he's still going to be out for a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, it says major injury still.
Yeah, at first they rumored a couple weeks out, but now it's looking a lot more serious. So they're definitely going to need a center back. You got Ben Davies playing. Ben Davies is playing, so that's when you know it's getting bad.
No, I saw Joe Gomez was someone they're potentially interested in. Lacroix, someone they're potentially interested in. Yeah, I mean they need it. I mean honestly, if you look at their squad at the beginning of the season, you're like, this team needs nothing. And I mean, look how hot they started. They didn't really need anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really know. And just like Man City, like everybody thinks, Man City has a big club, tons of talent. They do have tons of talent, but at the same time, like their subs always look so good because they're just picking out one player, inserting another player. But now, all these players are out. They don't look as good, as dominant as they used to be. And it's the same thing with Tottenham, I think. It's the same thing with a lot of these clubs. Like Tottenham look unreal. They started the season unreal, but you start to pick off one piece by one piece, it starts to look like a completely different team. And unfortunately for them, it comes in the time that they're known to bottle it the most. But I mean, it's just fate for them, bro.
True Tottenham
It
fashion.
really is. But honestly, the only way to combat that, man, is to sign more players. But honestly, at the same time, like you sign enough players, enough quality players, like you're bound to arrive at some sort of conflict. Like it happened at Man City with Cole Palmer. I mean, they have the talent, but Mahrez left, and he's telling Cole Palmer like stay, or Pep's telling him stay because there's competition now. There's competition. It's not done deal over there. But some players, some players don't care. Some players will stay and try to earn their opportunity. Maybe they love the badge too much or the trophies too much to leave. But some players are just eager to play, like Cole Palmer. And I mean, respect to him for sure. But I just mean, you need those guys. Like as a football club, especially one like how Man City's done it, you really need people that are just willing to buy in and sit on the bench for when you need them, because sometimes you do. And I feel like Man City's done that very, very well for all these years. The players that haven't agreed with that have left, but they've managed to somehow keep it. And I mean, that's the recipes for success. In my opinion, why is every club not trying to do the same thing? Why is every player not willing to do the same thing? Like Olise was gonna leave to Chelsea, right, or to Man City. I'm like, dude, he decided to sign a whole other contract. I mean, I get it. Like, money's money, money's good, but at the same time, I mean, you're sitting at Palace. You're never gonna win anything there. I mean, at some point, you gotta want to play for wins, for trophies. I mean, there's still plenty of time. He's young. I mean, Kyle Walker was older when he moved to Man City. Gareth Bale wasn't older, but he'd been around for a little while before he made the move. But absolutely, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what really happens. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, Spurs just need players that are willing to buy in, because when they all come back healthy, someone's not going to be happy.
It always happens everywhere. Every club you go, it always happens.
Yeah. Next one, we're gonna do Monday, Liverpool Newcastle. That one's a huge one. I think Liverpool should have no problems unless Newcastle flip the script, which we don't know. We never know with Newcastle. You never know. You could get 8 goals from them, or you could get 0 against Luton. But yeah, we'll see on that one.
I'm expecting a big game from Liverpool. You have to capitalize. Especially Arsenal dropping points. Man, that game in hand for Man City's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is huge, especially with the title race as close as it is. And how poor Man City have been playing. I feel like how poor we've just been. Like, we've managed to stay in the top 5, and like we're 5 points clear of the top, 3 points clear of second. It's unreal.
And we're still barely halfway. Barely halfway.
This is legitimately the halfway point at 19 match days. So I mean, we're halfway there. too close to call right now. I mean, I think even Villa have even though I don't think they're real contenders, I think even in the right circumstance, it could fall to them. It could fall to West Ham, Manchester United, if in the right circumstance. Very unlikely, but it still could, realistically.
Good.
The next one we got, this one is a match week 19. It's West Ham Brighton. It's on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
11:30 for us. It's Tuesday in it, but that one should be a really good one. Both off huge wins,
Yeah,
but they
but
will accidentally have a short week.
but Brighton's injuries are catching up. Matoma's out for a month. West Ham can capitalize here.
Yeah, West Ham can. West
They
Ham are
should.
sitting right at 6th, 3 points behind 5th. I mean, could be huge for them. They want to get in the Champions League. They've been in the Europa League for years. They finally won the Conference League. I mean, anyone in the top 8 right now is shooting for Champions League, or even top 9. Because Newcastle got a taste, but it was tough. But either way, everyone's shooting for top 4. No one wants to. I mean, he'll take the 5th spot, but no one really wants it. We'll see. We'll really see what's gonna happen. But yeah, I mean that one's at London too, at West Ham. The Liverpool one's at Anfield. Should be good ones. Should be really good ones. I'm excited. Let's take a look at the table real quick. Recap it. Sitting at first, Liverpool 42 points. Arsenal fumble and stay at 40 points. Villa with 39. City with 37. Tottenham with 36. West Ham 33. United 31. And Brighton 30. As we drop to the survivors, Sheffield still with 9. Only 2 points behind Burnley. That's not too bad. But a 6-point differential between them and Luton, that's concerning for Sheffield and Burnley. Everton are getting concerned too. Forest, Palace, Brentford, all looking very, very poor form. Fulham as well. It's getting close right there. I think Luton could make it out. I think they could, by the skin of their teeth, potentially make it out halfway through. We'll see. Let's take a look too at the Golden Boot.
Your boy Holland still at 14. We got Salah and Solanke creeping up at 12. Bowen and Heung-min Son tied at 11. And your boy Hwang Hee-chan at 10.
Absolutely. Hey, that's pretty close. I feel like that's pretty good for what we called in the beginning. Which I mean, like, I feel like Mo Salah, Heung-min Son, no brainers with Holland. But for the Bowen, Hwang Hee shouts, I mean, Solanke's coming out of nowhere for all of us. But still, the Hwang Hee and Bowen shouts, I mean, that was pretty spot on so far.
And then Ollie Watkins too at 9, and considering he didn't score like the first, I think, 6 games, but he was assisting a lot.
Yeah. Boy, João Pedro's up there too, sitting at 23 years old. He's a beast.
Nico Jackson.
Still no one able to assist more than 7 when Pedro Neto's been out 4 weeks now.
Tied with Salah and Trippier.
Yeah, for real. What the heck's up with that? But yeah, I mean, shoot, Man City had the most goals with 43, Villa with 40. And Arsenal tied for the most wins at 12. Man City have a game in hand, so that'll change. But yeah, I mean, we had halfway we couldn't have asked for better.
We had a perfect week to get us right at the halfway. I feel like all the results were really good. Just the games we're watching were really good. We had definitely some drama, some controversy. It's everything you want. It's what this whole league's about.
Really, it really is. It's why we're freaking here to talk about it, buddy. Like, I don't know. I mean, I see, like they have the Premier League podcast, they have each team's podcast, but at the end of the day, we just love the games in general. Like, no matter who it is, I mean, obviously we have some bias towards who we hate, who we like a bit more.
Amen, brother.
But at the same time, I mean, like, you can't deny these great games. Like, as a fan, some of these games are insane.
Buddy, you saw me celebrating when that second West Ham goal went in.
Yeah, that's funny.
Even though
But
they're a
no,
London team, but the fact that they just took out Arsenal in these crucial games, I love it.
yeah. Well, that's all I got this week.
That's all we
That's
got
all
for
we got this week. We will be back on New Year's Day. Or on
2024.
Is it
I'll
New
see
Year's
you.
Day?
I'll see you
Yeah,
guys
we'll
next
see you
year.
guys in 2024. All right, Ivan's cringe, but it's all right. Apparently he's funny. All right, thanks everybody. Follow us on
Follow us on everything.
Instagram, Twitter, brand new TikTok. We're on TikTok now.
TikTok's
YouTube.
doing numbers.
Yes, TikTok's doing numbers.
We hit
YouTube
100
Shorts are doing
subs on
numbers.
YouTube.
We hit 100 subs. We're
Shout out.
actually let me pull it up because we're
Shout
more
out to
than
everyone.
100.
Shout out to everyone that subbed.
We're at 120 subs currently at the moment. 120. We're on the road to 200, but we just hit 100, and we thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, this is just the beginning. We got a long way to go, but 120 is bigger than we thought we could ever be.
Yeah, we're just doing this for fun. We enjoy talking about it. We enjoy watching games. Why not talk about the games we enjoy to watch?
Absolutely. It's just everyday stuff. I mean, everyday stuff for us. Or, we wanted to just kind of get out there. Maybe people are watching, maybe people are not watching, but at the end of the day, it's just to talk. It's just to hear other people talk about it. That's it. Just love the game.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely we'll get to, we're at 120. Hopefully we hit 500, and then, more and more after that. But
But he's
I can't
talking
wait.
500. Let's get to 200 first, mate. Let's get
I'm
to
just
200.
saying, man, be optimistic. Come on.
I know. 100 at a time.
100 at a time.
100 at a time. We're at 120 right now. 80 more to go. Come on, race to 200. Have your tia subscribe. Have your cousin that you saw on Christmas Eve subscribe. I don't care if he's 7. Just hit the subscribe button on his profile.
Best believe they're watching us.
Yeah, for real. Have your tia who doesn't speak English watch. Hey, we don't care. Anyone, subscribe, hit the sub button. We are just trying to get as many as possible. Get out there. We'll have guests on the show. I mean, it's just a matter of time. We already had a guest before. Mike, he's been huge. He's our fill-in agent. He's huge for us.
We'll have Caesar on once Sheffield gets relegated.
When Sheffield gets relegated, we are calling Caesar out, putting him on the spot. What were they thinking coming to the Premier League? All right. Thank you guys again. Click the subscribe button. Click the follow button. TikTok, huge right now for us. Come up to our TikTok at Gavin Chooch and follow us there. You'll like to see our videos. We usually post on the daily. And thanks again.
All right.
Namaste.
Rashford.